Hello, hello, good afternoon. I am so excited to have you all back to draw with me today. I get you guys for 4 drawing adventures. We're going to draw Darla the dog. I don't know if we'll put the spikes around. This was a funny little collar I put on her. Here's Darla, her dog dish. I put a nice textured fence back here. Here's Darla's dog house. Have her nose coming out here in direction southeast with the shadows important on this one that picks up. And then I was going to do some really funky kind of bird bath. Now earlier, in the earlier class, look what I did. We did different version. We drew Darla with the flowers around her neck with her shoulder here. And then I did Darla with her breakfast was oatmeal. the kids wanted oatmeal. And then we drew a simpler version of the house instead of the shingles. This is with my mini marshmallow group. But look at the bird bath. Wasn't that fun? We drew Darla with, I forgot her back ear. I forgot the back ear. Oops. Give me half a face if you saw that. Look at I do one ear. I forgot the other ear. Oops. Can you notice that? Well, look, I put a bunch of birds in the bird bath. So we can do that, okay? So it's just different variations. So let's get our piece of paper ready. And if you're ready, I'm ready to draw. My favorite hour of the week is drawing with you guys. So I'm going to put a dot in the middle here. And I'm going to go ahead and get 4 territories. Now, I like you to use 1 page in your drawing journal. Your lines don't have to be straight. Don't worry about it. We ignore the lines anyways eventually. So if you guys are ready, get 4 territories. Once you have the 4 territories, give me a happy face. Give me a happy face. And don't raise your hand unless I ask for, like, raise your hand for a specific question, okay? Because I won't have time to open up that area where if you send me a personal text. But you can send me a text when I open the text box. Let me see. The text box is closed right now. You know what? I'm going to open the text box, and you can say hi, where you're from. For all of you guys, if this is your first lesson or second lesson, remember that little shape right up there in the corner. That's how you enlarge your screen. And I'm getting text right now from Virginia Beach and from South Carolina and from Texas and from Virginia and Colorado. We had South Africa on and Wyoming. We had Philippines on earlier today. We have Oregon and New York, Rhode Island, South Carolina. It's just so cool. You can always open up down below. You can enlarge that map. Isn't that wonderful? I love seeing you guys drawing from all over the country with me. Hey, world creativity, huh? Around the world. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Now I'm going to put my microphone a little higher so you can hear me better. Is that better? I changed my microphone, so does it sound better? Okay, so let me lock the text. And let's go here. And we're ready to go. All right, so let's start square number 1, Darla the dog. Darla's grand adventure. You're going to be these great storytellers, these great illustrators, these character developers. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be animated movies like some of my past students have worked on Kung Fu Panda and Madagascar and Cars and Toy Story and the movie Frozen, Kung Fu Panda. Maybe that'll be you in about a month, right? So I'm just blocking in toward this side of this square. I want room over here for her snout, and I'm just blocking her face. Now right here, coming from the top of the circle, I'm going to come down in direction, coming down here in direction southwest. Remember the 4 drawing directions that artists will use most of the time? I refer to the drawing compass. And these directions right here, see, this is the compass when it's foreshortened, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And you can see how we use those directions just on the bottom of the box. We're going to use that. And I use them right here, that one direction coming down, her snout coming down like this direction right here. See this one right here? And this one is in direction southwest. I'm going to circle that one too. But see that line right there? That's the line we're drawing. Now coming down here, and you can print that if you want. Down there in the bottom of your computer screen, you'll see an area called attachments, and you can print that up. And not now, but do it later and have it available, okay? And since I just got a new printer that will actually work, I'm so excited yesterday. I am going to print the 12 Renaissance words and the drawing compass. So next week I'll have a copy to show you on camera. Been meaning to do that for a long time. Let's block in. Let's sketch this in. Sketch, 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 block, block, block. Okay? So we got Darla's nose coming down here. Now I learned how to draw this dog when I was your age from my art teacher, Mr. Mack. He was an animator with Disney Studios where they did Donald Duck and Pluto and Goofy and Mickey Mouse. So I was very fortunate to be able to study and draw with this great Disney animator. And so a lot of my characters will have a little of that Disney style to them. And then a lot of my drawings also have a little hint or style from Dr. Seuss, because I traced and copied. I never met Theodore Geisel in person. I always wanted to. It was always one of my dreams, but I never got to meet him in person in his life. And you know what was sad about that is that he worked and lived in La Jolla near San Diego, and I lived 45 minutes north up in Carlsbad, California, in North San Diego County. And I never got to meet him. He was just 45 minutes away. Isn't that something? Well, my next person I want to meet, well, I want to meet a ton of different artists, but I really want to meet Chris Van Allsburg. And, I want to meet Bill Watterson, Calvin Hobbs. Here, let's draw Darla's nose. So I'll tell you that. So you guys, any of you out there related to Chris Van Allsburg? Anybody neighbors with Bill Watterson or Gary Larson? Huh? See, you share your dreams with other people, and people love helping you realize your dreams. Let's put Darla's nose, a little reflection right here. Here's overlapping, and their eyes larger. Now watch this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lighten this line just a bit. Just lightening it just a bit so I can draw these. So I'm going to draw these wrinkles, these overlapping folds. Now as the overlapping wrinkles move away from your eye, we're going to do some big, some small. Look at this, all the way back, tuck it back at her. Happy face, sad face. You guys with me on this one? You guys with me? Isn't that fun? Now I want to pull, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull her jowl down a little bit more like this. See that? Let me erase that. I want to change that shape just a bit. See that? Do you like that better? Now remember when I was drawing the mouse, the mouses, the three mice that were all lined up, remember their noses were sticking out of the arch? Happy face, sad face. Anybody do that one? Or anybody draw the reindeer with me during the Christmas? Anybody draw that one with we start with the same direction, the same snout? Well, we can take these basic shapes and you can make so many different characters out of them. Here, tuck that back, overlapping. See that jowl's smaller back there. And then she's going to be smiling, happy Darla, right? So I'm going to give Darla, I'm going to give her eyelids here. I'm going to draw contour line. Just give her some eyelids. Curve her eyelids here. And I'm going to zoom in just a bit. And I want to give her some eyelashes from her eyelid here. See that? Let's give her some eyelashes. That fun? And then I'm going to have her, you can have her looking, put her eyes up to the side here, kind of tuck it underneath there. I'm going to try that. Let's see that. Put a little reflection in her eye. And let's draw this other eye back there. A little bit of it's hidden. All right. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I like it. I think that's cool. Let's give her a little lip right here. Now, when we move into the later drawings here in this lesson, look at this one. See, I opened her mouth and I lifted her nose up higher. You can open her mouth with a foreshortened circle. That's where these shapes come in handy, these words, these 12 Renaissance words. All right, so I'm going to give her first ear. Now, this is going to be really fun. Watch this. Now, I did this Saturday with my class at the Woodlands Art League, and we did this really cool ear. See how this little overlapping wrinkle? Let me show you how the kids did this Saturday. We started this, and look. See that? Look at her ear. See that? It looks like a tongue, doesn't it? Blah. But then we drew her whole body. What do you guys? Happy face, sad face. What do you think of that one? That's kind of fun, right? Do you love that one? So let's come back up here. Maybe we'll do that one. Maybe we'll draw her whole body again because that was kind of fun. Well, let's draw her ears. Start right here. I'm going to go up, okay, and then I'm going to overlap. The near part of the wrinkle is going to be a little wrinkle, little overlapping line, and this moves back behind here. Draw that S curve. See, it looks like almost like a tongue sticking out here. Isn't that funny? You can use that shape for so many different drawings. I use that. Look how I did on when I was drawing Ninja Banana. You see that? See that? I did the same. This wrinkle right here. See that little bump right there? Or when we're drawing the bone, Darla, the dog dish, right? Here's the Darla's bone. But see that little wrinkle right here? That little detail, that little overlapping line right in there. Give me half face if that makes sense. What we're trying to do is practice this little wrinkle right here. That's what's so important. Nuances. I'm going to be teaching over the course of this year and next year. Some of you have been drawing with me for many years. You know that over and over and over again I talk about nuance. Learning these little nuances that are going to build up your drawing confidence and your drawing instinct and your drawing skill. All right, so let's draw the ear coming back into the body here. And then I'm going to draw her hair on the back of her head. Then I'm going to clean up that ear. Okay? Now, I'm going to draw a little overlapping line there. That's her, the shadow will be dark. That's her helix inside there, right? That's the inside of her ear. And we'll darken it and have it come lighter as it comes down. Happy face, sad face. You guys liked her little ear. Now back here, this ear on this side is going to be a little bit smaller. Watch this. It's going to be going away. See, this one's bigger. And this is smaller. It's one of those Renaissance words. If you look down at that chart down there, you'll see that Renaissance words. So take your pencil. And let's go ahead and darken in the ear. And then over here, look, I'm going to put shading on the back jowl. Let's shade that. How you guys doing? Is this fun? I'm going to give her some whiskers. Isn't that funny? She needs a shave. Darla needs a shave. Dogs have whiskers, right? All right. Now, I want to draw her collar. Now, from right here, I'm going to put a dot here. Down here, I'll put a collar drooping. So I'll put about foreshortened circle about that long. I'm going to have her coming down. It curves back behind her neck. And then when you have that shape, let me know. Give me a happy face if you have that nice foreshortened circle. Now, here's what we're going for. I want to draw that nice collar around her neck. Now, you can give her like a bulldog or a Doberman Pinscher collar with the. Remember that movie? Did you guys see? What movie was that? That Doug the dog. Do you remember Doug the dog and the had that Doberman Pinscher in it? Anybody remember? Open the text box. What movie was that? Where Doug the dog and the Up. That's right. It was Up. Remember, you guys see? I love that one. We had the universal translator on the collar. What a great character. What fantastic drawings. What incredible backgrounds. And then what an extraordinary story. Here, let's put this foreshortened circle around here. Foreshortening. And then we'll taper it down right here. Let's slant this down, taper it down. Now you can put you can put spikes around it, or you can do what we did in the earlier class. I thought this was cool. We did all the flowers. We did flowers around her, or you can just do a simple collar. The universal translator. That was a good idea. That universal translator. That was really. I like that idea. You know what? Let's do that. Let's put like a little antenna. Let's put some antenna coming here. I'm gonna put one here. And I'll put one here and one here. Now, let's translate different languages, so maybe little speakers or something. So I'm going to have a little post coming out of here, and I'll put a circle. That'll be a translator. And then I'll put a little post coming out of here, and this is a little bit bigger. It comes towards you. And then this one, I'll put a post coming out down here, a little bigger circle. It's closer to you. Look at this. Isn't this funny? And then over here, you can barely see this one. It's smaller. And this one back here, it's smaller. And then do one back over here. What do you think? Do you like this? Do you like having all these little fancy schmancy translator speakers? Isn't that funky? You can make it as curious and as interesting as you want here. Now, You know what I want to do on this one? Let me try this. I want to have this one come straight towards us. Let's try this. I want to angle this one down just a bit. Maybe that'll look better. What do you think? Does that look better? Does that work better for you? I think that right there was a big change. That was a big help. If it doesn't look right to you when you have an idea that you're going for, you can just erase and change and keep adapting and trying, practicing. That's the point of just kind of evolving a drawing. I really like this. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so that's smaller. That goes out. And we have these little speakers. It looks like some kind of like a space-age robotic satellite thing, doesn't it? Instead of spikes, we put little round speakers. All right, you can put as much detail in there as you want. I'm going to draw the back edge. Watch this. Inside here, look at that. Draw that back thickness. So we're spending as much time on this funky collar as we are on the dog. So let's shade down inside here and have it get lighter as it comes out. Blend it out lighter and lighter. Isn't that cool? I love it. I think it looks really cool. A little bit darker under her jowl. That one's further away. I'm going to add a little bit of shading underneath her whole face, her lip, her neck. And then I started with a new stomp. Give me half face, sad face. Do you guys have a stompy? Do you guys have a stompy? Well, let me know if you have a stompy. And I'm going to make that dark just a little bit. Now, my stompy is a number 3. I like the number 3. Let me see if I can get this focused on the stompy so you can see it. There we go. There's number 3. And I put the date. I put today's date. I want to see how long I keep this because these, look at, I've had that for 6 months. And that one I like. I always say the longer you use it, the better it gets. But sometimes, like when the tip gets too mushed down, I'll start with a fresh one. But it lasts me a long time. Okay, so this one I'm going to blend it. I'm going to roll it. See, I'm rolling it. I'm rolling it. I'm going to smooth out that back ear. I want to smooth out. I'm going to take my finger. I want to cover more area. I want to give all of Darla. Leave her eyes white though. Leave her eyes white, but you can darken in the eyelids. I'm going to give her some hair. I want to give Darla some hair behind her head here. Give her some little detail, little hair back here. All right, what do you guys think? Do you guys love it? Do you love Darla with her eyelashes and her really funky? That's all I get is 2 happy faces. I'm loving Darla. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I was wondering when you were going to respond. It was awfully quiet out there. I didn't hear from you geniuses, and so I was waiting. This is funny because most of my teaching career, I teach and I have big groups of kids just like you, 500, 600, 800,000 kids in a theater at different schools and universities and public television stations around the country. And this is such a neat technological fun adventure drawing right here in my studio in Houston, Texas. With you guys, we have what, almost 40 kids in the class now. But I'm basically drawing by myself, right? Because you guys are in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. So I have to pace myself. You have to let me know. Happy face, sad face. How are you doing? Happy face, sad face. If I go too fast for you, you got to let me know, okay? Okay, look, I'm going to use my Stompy, and I'm going to blend just a little bottom of each of these little. These are universal translators. This is for German. This is for English. This is for Spanish. This is for Italian. This is for different languages, right? All the different languages that we're covering here. This is for Chinese and Japanese. That's so cool. The Darla with Doug's translator. I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go on to the next square. Let's go on to the next square. But you see what we did? We did Darla here with the flower wreath and a simpler ear at our 1030 class for the mini marshmallows, and then you intermediate and advanced students did a much more advanced one. I love it. All right, well, let's move on to square number 2, and we're going to draw Darla's dog dish. But with you, I want to definitely want to put the bone in there with a nice textured background. All right, so put your finger in square number 2, and let's start with the foreshortened circle, 2 dots straight across from each other. Okay, put 2 dots straight across from each other, and we're going to draw a foreshortened circle. A foreshortened circle, okay? And then what I want to do is I want to stretch this out, so I'll put a dot here and put a dot way out here. I'm going to put a foreshortened circle, and then I'm going to draw the thickness, okay, for the bone. Now remember, let's take a look at what we're going to draw. You see this rim around here, that foreshortened shape? And I did a bigger version. Here, look at this. Here's you could actually add a body to Darla, but as long as you keep it in within a foreshortened square, then their foot is lower. Well, in this dog, see, we're drawing this rim around it. Now, it's going to be wider at the edge, skinny in the middle. Wider at the edge, skinny in the middle. That's called squishing or foreshortening your shape. So it's skinny, it's close together here in the middle. And we're going to go way out and come back in close. Way out and come back in close. Draw that foreshortened area. And then let's slant it down. Slant it down. Okay, now we're going to taper it down. Now don't go straight across. Curve the bottom. Curve the bottom. And then, now I'm going to put Darla's bone, but before I do that, we're going to put the thickness on the far side. So way over here, start here. So you draw the thickness back behind here. That looks cool. I love it. Now, along the bottom, I want to put some texture. I want to put some grass. So I usually think of the center line, and I'll lean the grass to the left from the center line. See if you have a center line here. The grass will go to the left, and then on the right side, it'll go to the right. So I'm going to draw most of the grass, some big, some small, but the texture. See, but most of it on the right side of the center line will lean to the right. Some big, some small. This is what we're doing here is organized chaos. We want to draw. We want to planned disarray. We want to plan it to looks like random, planned randomness. So does that make sense? It's an oxymoron. That's called planned random. Okay, so we have our grass down here. Now back behind it, watch this. From this corner, I'm going to jump up just a bit, and I'm going to put some grass back behind there. Maybe I'll put a couple. Maybe I'll put another one. See that? I love that. I love doing little, creating this illusion of depth. See, it's close here and deeper. Now, right along the base, let's shade the side of the balls, dark here. And we're going to get lighter and lighter to come. Now, we're going to blend this with the stomp in just a second, but I want to get in here first. Go ahead and get lighter and lighter, right? And I'll take my stompy. We're starting to blend it now. And we'll roll the stompy and get lighter. See, to get it blender as it comes across here. Blend it as it comes across here. All right, now down along the base, down along the grass, definitely want to get in there and get that that little darkness right along the base down here. In between those grass blades. I love that detail. Do you guys like that? Doesn't that look cool? Happy face, sad face. Do you love that detail there? See that? Take your time. See, get all that nice little dark. I love little dark areas, that little nuances like that. I love that. Now, I'm going to use start a new stomping. I'm going to roll it around. It's going to get better and better the more I use this one until it basically disintegrates. Now I'm going to come inside here, get it really dark here, and blend it. See the sun now. The light's coming from up here, right? From the top right. For my drawing, I have the sun. The direction's coming from up here, so I'm shading all the areas opposite that imaginary light source. All right, so now right here, do you have this full screen, by the way? Is this almost your entire computer screen except for those things over there on the right? Because if it's not, if you're one of my new students, I had a lot of new students sign up last week and the week before, you use that arrow. See that arrow right up there? Use that arrow to enlarge the computer screen. Now let's taper Darla's bone, her little snack. Let's taper this back. It gets smaller as it moves away. And then we'll erase to give the bone some mass. Give it some mass there, so it's covering it up. And then we're going to use overlapping, just like we did on the ear. Remember we had that ear flipping down in front? Well, Darla's bone is going to, the front part of the bone is going to come out. It's going to be in front. Now watch this. This bone back here, this line, see the back of it goes behind. That makes sense. See how that comes in front right there? It's a neat nuance. Overlapping. We want to make the near part of the bone look closer. So we did that first. And also look at, I made the bone right here overlap in front. That's a really, really cool detail. Now let's separate this, push that bone in there so it's darkening in the background, give it contrast. Make it really dark back here, and then sun's up high, so I'll come back here, and I'll get it really dark back there. I love that. See how that really pushes that in there? Oh, and before I forget, next week, I hope you guys get all your friends to come join you next Monday to draw with you, okay? Next week, we're going to be drawing the frogs. I'm going to be drawing the bullfrog and the tree frog. We're going to draw the lily pad. Doesn't it look fun? Give me a happy sad face. We're going to draw a bunch of frogs next week. You guys want to draw a bunch of frogs? Well, take a look. Let me show you a couple of frogs. I don't know if you've ever seen my drawing 3D book. I put an old piece of tape here. This book's got to be 10 years old. Look at it. It's all thrashed. I've been traveling with this for years. And I cut pictures out of it. This is how I hope your drawing books are. You take pictures and you draw. Use it. Participate with the book. Oh, look at it. Here's another dog. Look at this dog here. I forgot about this one. Look at this dog. That's pretty cool. Look at that. It's with the teeth. Do you guys like that doggy? Here, let me focus it for you. Isn't that cool? See if I can focus it. Let me see if I zoom it in. I like that, except it's not very focused. All right, I'm trying to show you some frogs. I'll show you the frogs real quick. We're going to draw Fearless Floating Frogs. This is next week, page 95. Let me show you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got to show you the big, this one. Oh, that's fun. Look at the panda bears. Doesn't have anything to do with frogs, but that's a fun lesson. Isn't that funny? I'm going to show you the, where is it? Page 1. Where is my little flow? There it is. Look at this. Look at these guys. We're going to draw the lily pad with frogs on the lily pad. That look cool. And then I want to draw next week the this really big bullfrog guy. And I got to find him. So I got to look in my drawing directory. I want to show you this cool giant bullfrog guy. And where is he? Oh, there he is, Tremendous Toad. It's page 198. So let me show you this one. And this is next week, next Monday. We'll do the Tremendous Toad. Look at this guy. Isn't that cool? What do you guys think? Do you love it? Isn't that fun? So we're going to draw frogs next week, plus the tree frog. I like changing things up every week. There's something new and something different. And I love drawing some of my classic lessons, too, that I did 2 years ago. All right, so now let's put Darla's name across here. I'm going to curve this line, this guideline for the lettering. See this? I want her lettering. It's going to be bigger in the middle. It's going to get a little smaller as it moves away. So I put my guidelines. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to write Darla's name. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to put D. Now, it's okay if you run out of room. You just make it disappear behind here, okay? This is Darla. There's D. Then A. I'll do the outsides first, and I'll go back in and clean it up. R. L. I just see what I'm doing. I'm just sketching it in. And then the crossbeam right here angles up. See what? See that? Make sure it angles up with your guideline. Isn't that cool? All right. There's Darla. So let's go ahead and put some thickness to it. Darla the dog's grand adventure. Now, you're the storytellers. You're going to create stories about this Darla and her neighbor Doug. Darla and Doug are buddies, right? And they both can talk because they have their universal translators on. Darla's a little more fancy, more expensive, right? Wonder where she got hers. I wonder where she bought it. I'm going to open the text box. Where do you think Darla got her universal translator? Text box is open. Send me. What do you think? Where's this story going to take us? So Darla got this newfangled version. Walmart, Best Buy, Disneyland, Jupiter, Paris, PetSmart. That's funny. PetSmart just has a brand new product line of translators, so pets can communicate with their masters. Oh, you guys are awesome! All right, so here's the L, Darla. There it is. I'm just darkening it in here, and then let's draw this. Looking cool. I love it, love it, love it. Now back here, let's put the horizon line. And now, should we? You guys want to put that background back here, back behind there? We can do that, but I have. You know what? I'm gonna let you do that on your own. If you want to add background, because I still want to draw the drawing house and the bird cage. But see that you can put that background if you want back there with the different textures. That you can put these little fence slats, this wood post back behind there. That'd be cool too. All right, now over here, way down here. Oh wait, I want to put a little bit of tone, a little shadow underneath the bone. Let's shade this here. And we get lighter as it comes up. Over here. And then over here. And then we can blend it. Do you love it? All right, that looks cool. That looks very 3D. Nice job, nice job. All right, and square number 3, right down here, square number 3. Let's work on Darla's house. Now, we're going to draw this really cool house where Darla's taking a little nap. I'm not sure how that's going to fit in with your story, but I'm sure you're going to amaze me with some brilliant scenario. So let's draw 2 vertical lines. Vertical lines match up with the side of your paper, straight up and down. Draw 2 vertical lines. And these lines are parallel, see? When you have 2 lines that are matching, if it's slanting this way or however you have it, if you have 2 lines, these lines are parallel, right? Parallel. They're good. That's a good word to know. Now, the middle line here is going to be a little bit lower. Just what we're going to do, see, we're going to draw the bottom of the box, right? Remember when we were talking about the drawing direction compass here? Remember the bottom of the box here? See this northeast and southwest, northwest. See these, the bottom of the box, very important. So let's draw the near line here. Now this is placement. Near things are lower. If you look down at the chart, if you print that chart up, you can have that as a reference. Okay, the 12 Renaissance words. These words have been around for 500 years. The middle line's lower. Let's go uphill here. This is in direction northeast. Go up here, and this is in direction northwest. Now, how many of you have printed that 12 Renaissance word chart? Give me half face, sad face. Anybody printed that up? I finally have a new printer that my other printer, I wasn't able to print very well from my computer, and so finally got a new printer. So now next week, I should have an actual printed copy of this to show you, and not just the digital form. I'm very proud of myself. Now let's go uphill to the right. See this angle in direction northeast? Let's go uphill. I'm going to make this go over. Okay, now here's some different versions of the house. Let me show you this in my book, You Can Draw in 30 Days. How many of you have seen this book? Isn't this cool? Number 6 in Amazon.com bestselling. Yay! Awesome. My book is still in the top 10. I love it. It's been in the top 10 for over a year now. Love it, love it, love it for drawing books. Look at this house. I want to show you this house. Now, we're going to draw a simple version of this house, if I can find it. Let's draw. Okay, here's a simple version, right? Now, this is a really nice house using northeast and northwest. The doorway, the thickness, page 111 on the You Can Draw in 30 Days. But you start adding extras to it. You start adding your own ideas. And look, I turned it into a little more advanced house. See this one right here? Give me half days if that looks pretty cool, right? So you can make Darla's house a simple house, more advanced house. Here, you can make Darla's house look like a ski chateau in Switzerland. Look at that. Now this is a cool house. Look at this house right here. Do you like that house? This is one of my video tutorials. You can draw this. You can draw this lesson on video if you go to my website and click on video tutorials of You Can Draw in 30 Days book. It's on my main website, Kistler.com. I have a bunch of lessons there that tie in with the book. You guys can do those videos if you like. Go uphill to the left in direction northwest. I'm going to make this house a little different from the simple house we just looked at. I'm going to stretch the roof out and have the side slant in just a bit. See this? I'm going to pull these ends out. And then now watch this. The near part of the house is going to come up here. Oh, look, it's so tall. I'm going to have to erase. I'm going to have to erase. It's because the Darla the dog is behind the picture. Look at it. I'm overlapping my picture. It's so tall. You see that? It goes up into the next square. Isn't that fun? So then let's draw the roof slanting down. And I'll draw the roof over here, kind of curve it out. Isn't that fun? I don't know if you remember drawing the hot dog stand with me. Do you guys remember drawing the hot dog stand? Well, this will be a fun little house here. Now, I'll draw that wheel back in there behind there. Look at it looks like a giant dog behind the house. All right, on the shingles, we're going to put a guideline going up in this direction here, same as the bottom, northwest, northwest. I'm going to put all these guidelines, and then it turns the corner. This is going to be guidelines going in direction northeast, 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 northeast. Okay, that's going to help me when I'm drawing the shingles. I want to make them all line up, see? I'm going to have them line up in northeast and northwest using those guidelines, okay? Have to be sad face. You guys with me? All right, looking good. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. You guys are keeping up. Well, let's start with the first one. We'll put one shingle, and then I'll come down here. I'll do 2 shingles, and then I'll do 3 shingles, and then I'll do more shingles, and I'll do more shingles. I do this when I draw palm trees, too. You do leaf after leaf after leaf, or a thatched house. You do more shingles. They get bigger as they come down. See, I'm offsetting them just a bit. I'm making sure that I offset them so that when this one ends, it's a space. So same with this one. I want to make sure it's offset, see? See, I offset it just a bit like a brick. When you're doing brick texture, you want to offset it too. Okay, is that fun? Oh, could be scales on a dragon, huh? Or I did that with when I drew leaves on the owl. See how I did that offsetting of the leaves or the feathers on the owl? Same idea, same concept. Let me show you the dragon. Where's my dragon guy? Let me see if I can find my dragon. Oh, here it is. With the scales, I offset those too. See the dragon? So down here, let's do that on the other side. We'll start with, whoops, my camera is wobbling around here. Oops. There we go. Let's see if I can get it there. Right. Let's see if I can get that recentered here. Looking good. All right. So I'll start up here with the 1. then I'll do 2, then I'll do 3. Make sure you offset them, following the guidelines, right? Following the guidelines. And then I'll do more. And they get bigger as they come down. It doesn't necessarily have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because that would take a long time. I'm kind of drawing fast. I just draw more. I try to offset it. See, offset, offset. And they're getting bigger and bigger. This one kind of poofs up. And then draw down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this. All the way down here. What do you think? Do you love it? Happy face, sad face. You guys with me? Love it, love it, love it. Now, you can have a lot of fun with this one. You see on this one how I darken in between each one? That's kind of a fun detail you can add. You go in here and you start adding that nice dark shadow back there. Add the shadow. Add the shadow. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Do you love it? Get nice and dark. Now, I'm going to do a little, before I draw Darla's her nose coming out of the door, let's put a little bit of a shadow underneath that, the edge, the ledge. Get nice and dark. And this is great texture. That's a wonderful texture for the top of her little nap hut, her nap house. Darla's nap house. Little shadow. I love that. That sets it apart. All right, now, for the door, I'm going to put a vertical line over here, leave a little space. I'll put a vertical line over here. Again, these two lines are parallel. They're going straight up and down, like the side of your edge of your screen. This line's longer and larger. It's closer to you. This is smaller. So then we'll curve the top of the door. You got a great little shape there, right? Happy face, sad face. You guys got that door? See how I did that? Pretty easy, right? Now that's all these words are used over and over and over again. I repeat myself all the time because those 12 Renaissance words are the fundamentals of drawing. And this is placement. Here things are lower. The window's on the right side. The door's on the right side. So let's put the thickness line coming here. If the window's on the right side, the thickness is on the right side. And I'll turn the corner following this guideline. Let's go ahead and clean that up. All right. So if the window's on the right or if the door's on the right, the thickness is on the right. Now I want to put her nose. See how her nose is going to be coming out of here? And I'm going to put that shadow that will lift that nose up. And so I'm going to use a guideline coming down in direction south, east. So start here, draw that line coming down. She's going to be inside taking a nap, and she smells lasagna or some ice cream or something, so she lifts her nose up. So the nose comes down here. It's going to come out just a bit, and then I'm going to draw her snout. Look at it. It's kind of covering that back edge. See that? After all that, we drew it, and then her nose, I'm going to see, it goes right out of the square. Notice how I did that? It's all right. I don't mind going out of the square at all. Okay, so there's her nose, kind of a big nose. Here's the other edge of her jowl. All right. Now, we got to erase that because her nose is blocking the view. All right, we can fix that up later. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cool? And then right down here, I'm going to put a guideline for the shadow. That's going to lift her nose up off the ground. Isn't that fun? And her nose is kind of wiggling, you know. She's sniffing the air. She smells something delicious. Happy face, sad face. Do you guys like this? All right, now the wrinkles are going to go away from you, and you can see how this has a little hint, a little reminiscent of Goofy or Pluto. It's because the fellow who taught me how to draw was a Walt Disney artist when he was teaching, or before he was teaching, he was an animator with Mickey Mouse and Pluto and Goofy and Dumbo, and so it was really neat to study under his guidance and to learn how to draw with these characters, just like you're learning to draw from me. And when you are older, a professional animator, storyteller, or director, you're going to remember some of these little things I taught you, and you're going to be able to share them with your students or your audience or your fans here. Draw the shadow to make it nice and dark in there. And then let's draw the other jaw. Darken in the details. See, I'm just defining it. I'm refining it. It's called refine when you darken it in. Okay, put that reflection. And let's darken all the way around here. That's nice. Isn't that cool? All right. Now, on the ground, the line, the shadow, to lift this up, the line comes down in direction southeast. So I'm going to put these lines coming down here in direction southwest. See, I'm using this angle right here, direction southwest. So let's come all the way across here. Shadow, 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 shadow. Lifting that nose up. Do you love it? I love it. Look at that. Looks like he's really sniffing that lasagna. I smell something delicious, Darla says. I smell something delicious. And the light is coming. We'll keep the light still coming from over here, way over here in the top right. The sun's coming down. So we'll shade now. I'm going to shade a little bit under her jowl. And this is in the back of the jowl for sure. And I'm going to shade inside the door. Remember, this is all opposite to where the light's coming from, okay? The sun's coming down here, so I'm going to shade the side of the building all the way down. Now, I try to keep my shading lines going in the same angle, the same direction, because it makes it look neater, a little nicer. Shade it down here. That looks cool. Now, this is not blending. If I take my finger, I'm going to smooth it out. Now, I'm not blending it. When I was drawing a round object, I blended it from dark to light, right? Well, down here, I'm just smoothing it out. You see that? There's a difference there. Does that make sense? Shading on round objects, you blend it. And then shading on square objects, you're just going to, if you want to, you don't have to. If you want to, you can smooth it out. But you certainly aren't going to blend it from dark to light because it's a square edge, right? Now let's do something fancy with the bottom of Darla's little doghouse down here. I want to put some grass and shrubbery down, just like we did on the dish. I want to put some left going to the right, little clumps of the leaves down here, little ground texture. I'm going to put another clump. I love drawing these little clumps of leaves. I got that from Bill Waters and Calvin and Hobbes. He draws lots of foregrounds and backgrounds and plants and shrubbery and all kinds of cool stuff. All right, excellent. Now, what are we going to do back here? Maybe you could put, kind of a crooked little horizon line back behind there. Looks pretty cool. Aha, there you go. There's Darla's napping hut. What kind of story are you going to create? We got the long-lashed Darla's, did I just say Lila? Well, this is Lila and Darla. All right, they're sisters. This is Darla's sister, Lila. Can you believe I just did that? We just changed the character's name. So here's Darla with her universal translator. Here's Darla with her snack. Here's Lila. I don't know where I came with that name, but hey, it's pretty cool. All right, so now in our last square, we want to draw Darla in the bird bath. She's going to be hanging out with all her friends, her neighbors, all the hummingbirds, or all the Tweety birds. So put two dots far apart from each other. And this was a fun one. I'm going to have Darla looking up, so I'm going to change the angle of her face. And she's going to be looking up, and maybe she'll be looking up at this drawing or this drawing over here to make the story. All right, so let's draw the foreshortened. I'm going to make it a little lighter because I'm going to erase that back line. Draw the foreshortened circle. That'll be our base. Now, way out here, put a dot way out here. Stretch it out. Put a dot way out here, just like we did on the dish. It's a great idea to practice is when you draw foreshortened collars or foreshortened dishes or foreshortened water ripples, foreshortened flower petals. Excuse me, the outside line is always going to be way out, stretch it out and close in the middle. Watch this. Go way out, close in the middle. Does that make sense? Just like the rings of Saturn. You see, if there's a planet inside here, if this was a planet, you would stretch the rings of Saturn, right? Go way out, come back in close. Does that make sense? Happy face, sad face. You guys get that? Foreshortening. It's one of the most powerful words of all 12 Renaissance words. Squishing. When you want to squish these shapes. All right. Drawing in 3D is distorting or squishing your shapes. Let's draw this bird bath. So I'm going to draw the bird bath here. It kind of looks like a flying saucer or a half a cantaloupe, but I'm going to draw the bird bath. I want to draw this post in the middle, right, the column. And then we're going to stick Darla in the middle there. She's going to be causing trouble. Just remember Curious George. Give me half face if you remember those wonderful cartoons, Curious George. And Curious George always get into mischief. He's always jumping into things and causing all kinds of wonderful, fun, crazy chaos. So Darla's like that. She's always like, she'll jump into the kitchen sink, or she'll jump into up onto the dinner table, or she'll jump into the bird bath. So here, I'm going to open the text box. What's some other places Darla just jumps into, get in the middle of the story? Give me some text. Send me some story scenarios. Put a dot here and a dot here. So in this one, Donna and her friend Lila are going to jump into the bird bath with all the birds, and all the birds are going to scatter. I'm going to open the text box. Let me open it real quick, and you guys can send me some story scenarios. What do you think? Where's Donna going to jump? I'm going to draw the foreshortened circle around here. So maybe she's jumping in a movie set here. Here's the pedestal now. That's going to be cool. Now don't go straight across, but curve the bottom. Now on this one, I know I'm running out of room, but I want to do one more because you guys are the intermediate advanced class. Okay, Ashton, that is funny but disgusting. She jumped into the toilet. That's funny. That made me chuckle, but I wasn't looking for that in the text. She jumps into the mud, the sink, the fountain, hot tub, pool. Oh, we got another toilet. Bubble bath. Lasagna, jumps into the cheese. You guys are so creative. Got so many ideas. So fun. So put a dot out here. Put a dot out here. Let's stretch this way out. Draw a foreshortened circle. I'm going to put another layer on this pedestal. This will be cool. Now I have some questions. This is also one of our club levels, our pencil power club level. I forget what color club level that is. The round table. Excuse me. Does anybody remember the club levels? And I just used mute. Can you still hear me? Give me half a face. Can you just hear me? I used my cough mute, and sometimes when I use a mute button, it ruins the sound. You guys good? Okay. Now, do you remember the color of the club? You can text me. The pencil club level. I had several emails from new students wondering what all those charts are down at the bottom. Those pencil power charts, the pencil, blue pencil, silver pencil, chartreuse, the brown pencil. Well, those are timed levels, and we're going to get into those levels, into the pencil curve. The bottom, look, I ran out of room. See, I ran off into my paper. But we're going to get into those pencil power club levels. We're going to give you specific challenges, and if you can draw that image in 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes, you become a member of that club. It's really cool. All right, so let's draw. So we have our bird bath here, and then we're going to put Darla the dog. I'm going to have Darla. I'm going to draw her nose right here, draw her head, and then here's her neck, and I'm going to have her looking up. She's going to be looking. She's going to be, woof woof. See, I'm going to have her looking that way. She's all happy. All right, so here's her nose. All right, and then I want to draw a bunch of birds here. I'm going to draw a bunch of birds. So I'm going to draw a tall bird. Here she's jumping in with all the birds. It's going to be a funny story. All right, now let's clean this up here. I'm going to draw her other jowl. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to open her mouth. Look, she's going to be smiling, and I'm going to give her a foreshortened mouth. I'm going to open up her mouth. She's going to be barking at the birds. Ruff, 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 ruff. So there's that foreshortened shape of her mouth, her lips. See that? Half face, sad face. You guys get that? See how I'm just shaping it, and I erase as I go. You guys did really good. Now I'm going to post this, and we're going to re-webcast this tonight at 6:30 and 8:30. And this one's always a little bit harder. The last drawing of this intermediate advanced lesson is always a little harder. It's okay. You guys can watch it many, many times. We will post this on in the top 400 class, the top 400 virtual classroom, our 400 lessons, 100 hours of drawing with me. And you guys can watch this again and again and again, okay? So let's put these wrinkles as they go away from your eye. So just put the wrinkles here. Riff, 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 riff. Maybe she's looking over her shoulder. What do you think? Let's have her looking back. I'll draw her little tongue in here. What do you think? Do you love it? You love little Darla? Darla, and I'm going to draw her ear. I'm going to see what if I want her ear kind of flipping up. Draw that ear flipping up here, and then this ear on the other side. Maybe you'd see just the bottom of her ear over here, see? But that kind of looks like her tongue, so that I don't like that. I don't like putting her ear there. So I'll erase that. I'll just have her ear flipping up over here, and I'm gonna have to flip it up in front of the bowl over here. That's what I'll do. So flip it up here like that. All right, so that's her near ear. So we have to erase a little bit of this. It's coming in front. Draw her hair. Yeah, that's fun. And the back ear is smaller. See, the back ear is further away. That's called size, right? And then we'll blend it. I'll use the Stompy. And then here I'm going to put detail on the nose, that reflection. Very, very cool. Does anybody want to come on the camera after I log off? Anybody want to come on and show me your drawings? Remember the rule, if you want to come on the camera and show everybody around the country your cool drawings, your mom or dad have to be in the room, or your grandma, grandpa, or your babysitter, and all they have to do is wave their hand in the camera. They don't have to be on the camera. I know parents are shy about that, but if you want it, that's our rule, to make sure they know you're on the camera, okay? So there's Darla. Let's draw the little birds here. A little beak for a bird here. Little birdie here, and then a bird looking right at you. This bird's going to be looking up at Darla. And just put a whole bunch of little bird beaks going every which way. And then draw their eyes. Doesn't that look fun? All these little birds everywhere. And they're like, hey, get out of our bird bath. Little wings here. This guy's going to be waving his wing. Hey. You guys love this one? Isn't this fun? Our little birdies. Riff, riff, and maybe put water splashing everywhere. It's a bunch of water, right? Bird bath. Water's everywhere. Big puddles of water going down. You can put a puddle down here if you want. Like a foreshortened shape of a puddle. Another one over here, just puddles everywhere. You see how I foreshortened it? You have to squish that, and if you put a couple lines, we can do a whole lesson just on how to draw a puddle. You do a couple lines right in the middle here, see this? And it makes it look like water or ice. You got to be careful with that. Put a little shadow. Well, this is just so fun. Good job. Let's pull this out. I'm going to put a little more shading. We are out of time, but I want you to add as many details as you want. Like I want to have this guy's wing hanging out here. Let's put his little wing. I want this guy's wing waving. And this guy's wing's going to be coming out too. Hey, this guy's wing's behind here. And then in the background, I think behind each one of these birds, I'm going to put, you can put as much detail as you want, okay? You don't have to do it all. But look, I can't stop. I'm having so much fun. I can't stop. I can't stop. Oh, my goodness. Half face, mean face. Do you guys love Darla with all the birds in the bird bath? Isn't this funny? And now underneath, look at it. We could go for 2 more hours. How many half face? You guys want to draw 2 more hours? Let's draw 2 more hours. Let's just keep going on this drawing here. This is too much fun. Look at this here. Ah, you guys giving me sad faces. No way. I can't draw 2 more hours. I have to do some other subject. All right, let's shade the side. We'll just draw for, how about 2 more minutes? Can you draw 2 more minutes? Let's finish this up. Let's shade it, make it look nice in 3D. This is definitely one I'm going to use my Stompy on for sure, because it is a nice round curved. I'll darken in, detail the edge. I love defining. This is called defining, when you detail in the edge. And then now we get our Stompy. Let's get that in here. And let's blend it. Let's blend this one. It's all dark under here, see that? And I'm going to skip over the top. Now, I will put a shadow. Look at this. I'm going to put a shadow on the top here, a shadow on the top here, and a shadow on the ground over here. Okay, does that make sense? See how the shadow comes on the edge. Shadow on the edge, you see? Oh, this is fun. Fun. Let's take a look at our drawing. I'm going to try to put it up higher so we can see the whole thing. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's pull out. And it is hard to get the whole drawing in there because I have it sitting up on a bunch of blocks of wood and I can't even get the whole drawing. Well, there you go. You have Darla and Darla's nose and Darla's dog dish and Darla in the birdhouse. Thank you so much for drawing with me, guys. You did fantastic. And I'll see you next Monday. Remember, next Monday, we're going to draw bullfrog and tree frog and leaf frog and lily frog, okay? Thanks for drawing with me, and take a look for my books on Amazon.com. You can draw in 30 days. Look at my new books, my Draw series. Draw monster, draw cartoon characters, draw cool robots and gadgets and spaceships. These are really fun books. These are on Amazon.com too, okay? Thanks for getting my books. Thanks for drawing with me, and I'll see you on the next lesson, okay? You guys did great. Bullfrogs next week. Woohoo! Bye, everybody.